Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all of the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. We're coming live from South Africa, guys, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Please go somewhere, be situated so that you can hear what thus said the HerbMan about getting your health back into balance. So we teach people here on the HerbMan show how to heal themselves. You cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. That's just what we do. That's what we know how to do. And it's very simple, okay? Very simple, very affordable, and yet very effective. And we're going to teach you guys that every single time we're coming on here to allow you guys to understand that you can get this opportunity to get yourself back into balance. It's all about a system of understanding. There is no panacea product, but there is a panacea program, and we're going to teach you all about that program. All right. So you guys keep tapping out, keep talking. You guys, let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Y'all know how we do it. This is free information. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All we simply ask you to do is pay attention, and how you do that is by double tapping that screen. All right. And once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. Everybody understands that we are connected to a bigger, greater source. Okay. We are connected to a greater, bigger source, and that source has so many different commodities to it, so many different influences to it. And so today we want to talk about these influences, because sometimes you need to know the background of what may be the things that you should be working out, working against, the things that you should be working on, the things that you should be looking at. Because once you start getting into these situations to where you're sick and to where you're shutting down and you don't know how to rebuild your system, then that's where you want to be able to circumvent those situations and those circumstances. And we're going to teach you guys about how to be able to deal with these acute situations. We like to call them acute because an acute situation is when it is not something that is ongoing. It's something that just happened, right? It's an incidental, accidental type of thing. These acute situations, right? They can keep happening to you chronically. All right. And then now you got this chronic situation to where now it's starting to exasperate your energy. Okay. So now you got this energy in you. Okay. You got this energy in you that you have to keep tabs on every single day. It's this energy. It's just like jumping in your car. The first thing you got to keep tabs on is your fuel hand. Right? Because if you ain't got no gas, you can't really go nowhere. So all the time you're looking at the fuel hand. All the time you're looking at the clock. All the time you're looking at your bank account. All the time you're looking at these numbers to measure how much energy you got. Okay. So when you're looking at the time clock, it's just about how much energy I got to make it through this day. How much more energy do it require for me to make it through this day? Okay. That's all this stuff is doing, okay? You guys can hear me very good. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I see that TikTok saying there's some stuff going on. So if you guys can hear me, let me know. All right? YouTube, if I'm coming in good on the YouTube, please let me know as well. All right, Jacob's Diary said I'm good. All right, everybody can hear me. Okay, cool. All right, good, good. So now you're measuring your energy every day by watching time, by watching fuel, by watching the bank account, by watching all these things is really adding to the energy. And on top of that, you got to eat, you got to drink, you got to do all these things. And what I'm saying to you is that all these things, we had 1,000 likes, so let's get it. So all these things are influencing your energy. Okay. Now, these are just some of the things that are influencing your energy in your world, right? Your bank account, your time, your money, that's in your world. These are the things that are influencing your energy. Okay. Remember that these are the things that are influencing your energy is everything that you're doing in your world from whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. But there is something else that is influencing your world. Okay. Now remind you of what I just said. This is everything that is influencing your world, but then there's something that is ultimately also pushing down certain energy, and you don't know that it's coming from here. You just think it's coming from the level of plane view that you're in. Everything ain't coming to the maze. Remember, I told you guys about the bat and the rat. Who was the first person that can get out of a maze, the bat or the rat? Well, even though the bat can't see, and even though the rat can't fly, if you look at a maze, the quickest way out is up. So although the bat can't see his way out of the maze, it's equipped with the gift to get him up out of the maze anyway. So therefore, my point to you is that you can sometimes think that you're in the maze, and what it is, that's fine if this is the maze. But you come equipped with something that can get you up and out of the maze if you stop using your eyes to get out of the maze and you start using your other gifts to lift you up and out. But when you're trying to see your way out and the way that you're viewing the image is flipped upside down, then you're always going to be in the matrix. But if I can get you to unflip the image, you say, well, my brain can't ever unflip it if we're designed to do that. That's fine. So you can't unflip it functional here, but you can unflip it functional in your intuitive. Your mind is different from your brain. Your brain can flip it, but your mind can flip it back. Your body could flip it, but your spirit could flip it. Your body and your mind gonna see it crooked, but your mind and spirit can see it straight. Your So these things are influencing your energy, okay? And so you start to usurp your energy. Now, the thing about it is, again, you don't know nothing about the other influences cosmological wise. So when we tell you about the sun and the moon, and the sun is about your vitality, and the sun, everybody knows that when it's summertime, you get a little bit more spunky, a little bit more happier. Children get a little bit more when the sun's shining through and you open up them blinds, the house get a little bit more crump. You put on the music, you start to clean the house up when that sun's shining. Now, when it rains, and you be like, I don't feel like doing nothing because it's gloomy and the mood is dull and docile. You don't feel like doing nothing because it ain't weather to do nothing. But when sun shines, you get passion, you get drive, you get energy, you get encouragement. And so you can't tell me that the planets don't influence you. And then if it rains for about 2 or 3 days consecutively, that's going to deal with your mood. Everybody know about the seasonal changes affecting the human behavior because they tell you about the what they call that, the whatever time that you might be on, that you get this little sickness when the seasons change, right? So at the end of the day, we know that these planets are influencing the energy. Okay? We know that the environment, period, the environment will influence. So when I say environment, stop thinking that the planets ain't part of it too. Stop thinking that Uranus ain't part of your environment and Pluto ain't part of your environment, and stop thinking that Mars and Mercury and whatever they do ain't got nothing to do with you. Yes, because it's all in a perfect alignment. It's all perfectly moving together to create and incubate life on Earth. If something happened to those planets out there, that will probably have an effect on Earth. So at the end of the day, this little song and universal music dance that they're doing up there is creating the environment for life on Earth. And the ancient people understood that it's all a song and dance for the incubation of life on earth. All of them and what they doing is influencing in some way the perfect mixture for living organisms on planet Gaia, on earth. And so at the end of the day, that all a part of our environment. Everything is a part of the environment. And so the environment is going to influence not only energy, but it's going to influence the humans, the animals, and plant life on that planet. Okay? It's going to do it. So this song and dance that all 7, 9, or however many planets that you think they're doing, it's all a secret song and dance. It's a universal footstep. It's a universal a choreograph that is happening in order to create an environment that will create living organisms on planet Earth, that will create things growing and living. And it ain't just about on earth, it's also about in your body. These things will create because they are influencing your thought life and your thought process. So what should you be looking for now? Well, here's the thing. I already told you guys before. Now keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. You keep tapping, I'll keep talking, okay? You keep tapping, I'll keep talking. So I told you guys before that in Jesus' time, it was the age of Pisces. That's what they call it, right? Let's just play along with it, right? The age of Pisces, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune. Okay? Neptune is the water world. Okay? Neptune is the water world. So you saw a lot of references. Okay? So Pisces stands for spirituality. Okay? Now, wasn't Jesus' time a time of spirituality? Because in that age of Pisces, ain't just when Jesus came, it's also the Mosaic law, it's the Aaronic law. You got all of these different laws, the law of the Melchizedek being the priest, all of that stuff came up under this highly spiritual time in history that Neptune was ruling. So Neptune was the ruling planet of the age of Pisces. And so you start seeing people resembling that age. And so a messenger, healing. Pisces also mean healing. Well, Jesus, that's what he was talking about, healing the people. Okay. Then he also was using references of water, like the fisher of men. Okay. Because if I'm the fisher of men, then that means also I understand that I'm in the age of Pisces. And then also the two fish and the 2 loaves of bread. Also, I'm gonna cast my net to the right side. Also, we was in the boat, and the boat was in the storm, and he calmed the storm and the seas, and he walked on the water. So that means that consciousness was above. That consciousness was right in line with what was going on at that time. When everybody else was doing this and everybody else was doing that, Jesus understood that the Neptune and what kind of understanding it was at that particular time. And so I could hit the nail right on the donkey head when I understand the influence of something above me. And I ain't too riled with everything that's at my eye level. See, we getting so caught up in everything at eye level, you tend to take your eyes off of the influence. Things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. Okay, so I'm teaching you how to look up. You claim that you know something, but you keep looking down to claim that you know it. But I know it, but I look up to know that it's there. I don't have to look in the book to know. I can look at nature to know. Okay, so now you got this understanding that he was using water references and spirituality and healing and all of that to describe the age that they were living in. Okay, so that was the most important thing. Now you come to this particular time, right? And then Jesus said that when I leave, y'all need to go on over there to the pitcher with the man holding the pitcher of water. Everybody understood that as being the Holy Spirit, the comforter. And then a lot of other people understood that as being the Aquarian. Okay, the Aquarian holds the pitcher of water. Okay, the Aquarian holding the pitcher of water. Y'all know it's Aquarius, right? So the age of Aquarius, then the ruler of it is going to be Uranus. Okay, Now, in olden times, Uranus, Greek gonna call Uranus heaven. Okay, the Greek in Greek, Uranus means heaven. Okay, then also Uranus is the planet of change. Okay, the planet of change. When Uranus is coming in, things are going to change. Okay, so you have this outpouring of the Holy Spirit. Look at this now. The Holy Spirit was referenced, right? So you got this outpouring of the Holy Spirit. You got this outpouring of people seeking heaven. Okay, and then you also got this outpouring of rebellion and over the systems and over the parameters and the limitations that are put on the human constraint. Okay, so now you have this time where all of the stuff that was concrete, like our governments, like our religion, like our laws, like our all these systems are being challenged because mankind is being challenged because they're moving toward a open spirit, a Holy Spirit. We know that when I teach people about this in the four elements, the air element equals the what? The air element is spiritual health. But I always teach it by telling people about, ain't talking about if you got a spirit or not. It's talking about how open-minded you can be. And so the age of Aquarius is bringing in this open-mindedness, this yearning for innovation, to change and innovate, to create, okay, to help out in the most collective way that you can, because Aquarian is also about grouping together, getting socialized together, getting an awareness together, and then being community involved, being a humanitarian, trying to give back. Aquarius is always helping other folk. So my point to you is that you're finna see a change in the status quo and in the limits of things. So you better be glad that you're in this age, because now when we're talking about the limitations that were put on information, that's finna change. The limitations that were put on healing systems, that's going to change. The limitations that were put on education, that's going to change. The limitations that were put on religion, that's going to change. The limitations that were put on man and the female species, that's going to change, because this is in a spirit of rebellion, a spirit of seeking and new discovery, a spirit of finding something new. So when I tell you to embrace change, not only am I giving you the right thing to do in this particular time, Aquarius also is talking about the change in the rhythms. So that means that you got to be able to learn rhythm well enough in your season of living. You got to learn rhythm well enough to be able to let certain things go in the right time. You can't hold on to everything too long no more. You can't hold on to this and that too. Can't do this and that too long no more. We know the food ain't good. So instead of talking about changing the food, if you ain't gonna change the food, just stop eating all this shit so much. So what I'm saying is you're being consumptive around things that you know that are not good for you. I stopped eating all that shit long time ago. And I said, well, if I am going to eat, and if I got to eat it because I ain't got no land or this, that, and the third, then I just won't eat a lot of it. So I cut down to one time a day. So no matter what it is that you're doing to the food, I ain't taking a lot of it in. You can just do it simply like that. Okay? You can just do it simply like that, right? So my point to you is that these things are influencing, and they're usurping your energy, and you don't know how to put it back in. But if you learn how they influence, why they influence, and then understand that there are going to be times of the day, times of the week, times of your month, times of your year that you can refuel, because they ain't there just to usurp. They're there to also refuel. They're there to help you. They're there. The sun is there to refuel you. The moon can refuel you. The air can refuel you. The water can refuel you. So that means that if these things can refuel you, then these planets can refuel you. But you ain't got to know them by name. You ain't even got to pay attention to them. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is, because you don't know cosmology, you don't know biology. And because you don't know biology, you don't know cosmology. And when you're a human being in this paradigm in year 2025, and you don't know how your body works, but you in it, and you don't know how the life work and you in it, then of course you're going to be lost at every freaking way you turn when you got a question outside of yourself. When you got to ask somebody else something, you finna be lost. Until you learn the machine in which your spirit is residing in, and then the only way you're gonna learn your spirit, the only way you're gonna learn spirit in the body. You can learn biology, but how you gonna learn this mind thing? How you gonna learn this spirit thing? So because that's what you got to use. So when your body down, you got to be able to use the spirit and mind. The mind is not your brain. So if we can get you to learn how to use this, and what we're doing is saying, okay, well, let's watch the universe to see how the spirit can be moved, how can be influenced. If they can influence me from up there, then I can influence me from down here. Okay? You got to be able to see it, and you can't learn everything from man. Some of this stuff you got to learn from land. Okay? You can't learn everything from man. Some of this stuff, you guys, we got to learn from nature. Nature is trying to tell us something. God's trying to tell you something. So now that I just told you that, I'm going to show you something. Now that I just told you that, in the last 7 years, Uranus was in Taurus. Now, I bet you anything that if you're old enough, in the last 7 years, there has been a change in your personal possessions. In the last 7 years, there has been a dramatic change in your personal possessions. Either you lost some money or you got some money, but in the last 7 years, so that means since 2018 to 2025, there has been a significant change in your career or the way you're making money in your personal possession. Either you lost a house or you gained the house. You lost a car or you got the car. In these last 7 years, you lost this, but you got this. You lost that, but you got this. In the last 7 years, all 100 of y'all that's watching me right now, if you're over an age and you've been working, in the last 7 years, there have been a significant change in your personal possessions because Uranus was in Taurus. Because Uranus was in Taurus. Because Uranus was in Taurus. Hallelujah said everything been the same. No, it ain't. Go back to 2018 to 2025. There's no way that you're still making $9.10 in 7 years. So whatever your money hourly was in 2018, there's no way 7 years later you're still making the same amount of money. Hallelujah. Don't come on here and lie now. Okay? Because I ain't going to lie to you. Don't come on here and lie, because I ain't going to lie to you. All right? So we must understand that these are changes that are happening. Okay? These are changes that are happening to everybody, though. Not just, that's why I was bold enough to say everybody, not just you because of your birthday. This ain't about that. Because what this is doing is a world influence. Okay? Now watch this. Now in the next 7 years, so from 2025 to 2033, there's still going to be change coming, but now change is going to be coming in your communication. Okay? Change is going to come in communication. So that means communication is going to be what? The way we write, our speech, our art, our artistry, right? Our artistry, social media, all these platforms. In the next 7 years, from 2025 to 2033, something's going to happen and change the way we're communicating with one another, okay? Also, you're going to see innovation, okay? Innovation on a whole new level in these next 7 years, okay? Because this change is happening in Gemini. Because now it's through Taurus and Uranus is in Gemini. So now watch the communications, okay? Your forms of communication, whatever that is, no matter where you at on the planet, watch the change, okay? Watch the change. Now you just now coming into it, so don't you ain't got to worry about it right now. But keep your eye on these influences, okay? These are influences. These are influences. Now, another thing is taking all of that into consideration. So now you're saying that Aquarius, which is about my what? My movement, right? Because they said that Aquarius is ankles. The ankles is you move around. Okay? So your ankles, the movement of your life, there are going to be changes. Okay? Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, changes in the movement of my life in Gemini means I got to watch my nervous system, my respiratory system. This being an air sign means it's going to be spiritual health. So this whole thing is spiritual. Everything that we're going through in the Aquarian age is spiritual. Pisces was more emotional. Pisces, Neptune, the age of a Pisces was in more of an emotional time. Now this one is a more spiritual time. So that's why you're seeing people get more into a collective consciousness. So that's what's happening here. People are going toward a spiritual movement. They're changing directions from the limitations of religion and getting toward more of a spiritual movement as a collective. When I say collective, I'm talking about white folks, Asians, everybody moving toward more of an open-mindedness to how to connect to the source, okay? But what's happening is because it's in Gemini, a lot of us can get exasperated in our nervous system and in our that you want to watch out for just as a collective during this whole age. We're never going to live out of the age unless we've got everlasting life, which is what we're teaching. We're never going to live out of the age of Aquarius, right? This stuff is going on 2,000-3,000 years. So everybody that we know so far came in and died in the age of Aquarius. So all I'm doing is trying to get you how to learn how to move in it. Okay? If all of us are going to, if this is the case, then we're all coming in and we're all going out in the age of Aquarius. So let's learn how to ride Aquarius. Aquarius is right here. Okay, right here where you see this particular thing at, that's Aquarius. Aquarius is again, this is a spiritual time, but it's a part of the winter season, right? It's a part of the winter. So winter already going to let me know a few other things. Winter is a time of conservation. Okay? So the age of Aquarius will want me to conserve a little bit as well. Preserving the body. Conservation of the energy. Conservation of energy and preserving the body. So this season, this age of Aquarius is trying to teach people how to work more intuitively. All right, not intellectually, more intuitively. Okay, that means get more spiritual discernment. So that's why it's more open-minded as a collective, because people are trying to find that way into being able to be more intuitive, more creative. When you get more intuitive as a people, see, this is going to benefit us when we're talking about the evolution of mankind in this age. Because if we can't get this and we keep failing ages as a people, then you can't keep evolving. Then you're gonna die out, right? So intuitiveness is going to create more what? Creative, right? Creativity. Also imagination. Also dreaming. I'm glad this is live, you guys. This is live on TikTok, live on YouTube. If you missed this, you can go to YouTube and get this. Look, you guys, these things are not just something to overlook. These are our way forward as a people. If we can't be creative, imagine, and if we can't dream, then we can't create human beings that can innovate and get us toward the new future. Remember that this is the age of innovation. How do you innovate? You got to dream it. You got to imagine it. You got to be able to do those things to create it. So intuitiveness feeds off into leading us into the new unknown. So tomorrow is what we're looking for. When you're looking for everlasting life, you're looking for tomorrow. So tomorrow, if that's the case, then you want to be more intuitive for tomorrow, because intellect can't really deal with a day you ain't met before. See, if I had the same Tuesday every Tuesday, then I can deal with Tuesday like I dealt with last Tuesday. But if every day is going to be a new day, then you go into a new day without none of the old stuff. That's the baby life. That's the codependency on nature. That's the land in the bosom. That's the contentment and the peace. And you'll find that when you're able to initiate peace in your life, peace in your cellular life, peace in your bloodstream, peace in your organs, peace in your body systems, it's the same as having peace in your life. Is going to calm the seas. So all we're trying to do is get you to activate peace. The reason why you guys are not being able to heal yourself is because you can't find peace in the storm. And I know this sounds crazy, but we keep trying to teach you that your healing is in my herbal blend. No, it ain't. Okay, I can make a herbal blend that can assist you, but your healing is inside of you as an individual. And the thing about it is, if I teach you more about how you can operate, how you operate, what's in you, the gifts that's in you, then you'll realize that out of your ignorance, you're the one that's creating the industry. If you knew more about yourself, you wouldn't have to go to anybody else to try to get them to know you more than you know you. You should be your own doctor, not because of the healthcare system, because that was your responsibility, even if you did not create a healthcare system. If you didn't create a healthcare system for yourself, you would have still needed to know your health. But what happened is you knew your health, created a health system, and then it made other people lazy not to know their health and just go down there to the center since they already done figured out the body. No, you supposed to figure out your body. That's your risk, not be you, man. I might have did just put these numbers in a range that would benefit my people. I didn't mean to. It's unconscious bias. I'm looking out for my folks. I didn't mean to. You know what I'm saying? I can only navigate toward the people that I know. And we was in the room together. We invented it. We created it. So we made it. Make sure. And here it is. Other folks is going out there taking stuff that was created for other folks by other folks. And that ain't no one size fit all is not the case scenario in health. And one size fit all is not the case scenario in religion. So you can't just come with that one word thinking that that's going to be good for everybody in the congregation. So therefore, don't even study. If you just cut on the lights, my wife would tell you, we just cut on. I tell her, I don't know what. She'd be like, well, baby, when soon as you say, come on, you get it. And that's because when you know it, you'll show it. You don't have to continue. I don't have to muster up something for you guys. Lights, camera, action, go, boom. What I got in will come out, and it'll be for the people, and it'll be enough because I can change it in the moment. If I wrote it down, then I'm sticking to the script. But if I'm in the waves, I can change, and I can say George this minute, and then the next thing you know, God will say Randy. In the next, you done did this. The next thing you know, Caroline. And so I'm able to switch and swap because I can go with the flow, the airwaves, not a script. So it's a way that you can be able to do this to facilitate everybody if you're vulnerable and open enough. And that's what this Aquarian age is teaching you. That's why people like myself and other folks that you're running across in this life. I got folks running across me in their 80s. I got folks running across me in their 90s. I got folks running across me in their 18. So you get this variety of different people that you're running across them at the right time. Like I told the young lady yesterday, the reason why you guys are even tuning in to me is because most of you guys are in Virgo and you're concerned about your health and fitness. But you didn't know that you was even in Virgo. You just concerned about your health and fitness, and so therefore you on social media looking for people with, but you don't know that that's a phase that you in. But it's a lot of people that's in Virgo concerned about their health and fitness that come to this show. There's a lot of people that are in certain things that I resonate with in relationships. Just I got just in the social public that because I know I'm cool with these sign and that sign. Some of y'all to me, and guess I already been cool with these folks. So when you see me on the thing, you resonate just like we would resonate in the street. So now we don't have to be together to connect. So now if I'm cool with a lot of Leos, then guess what? When Leos run across me, they're gonna be like, damn, some bot kinfolk. Cause we cool. If I'm cool with Aquariuses, then guess what? I get a lot of Aquariuses. Cause I'm cool with Cancers and Capricorns, guess what? I get a lot of Cancers and Capricorns. So my point to you is that we're still able, and you don't know that influence. I see it because I know this. I see that you guys are emailing me, getting your owner's manual, and I can see who it is, and I'd be like, damn, we would resonate anywhere I was at. It doesn't matter if I was selling pencils, if I was a preacher, if I was a school teacher. It didn't matter where we was at. You were going to resonate with me anyway because we just have a spiritual compatibility. We on the same wavelength and the same thing. So therefore, all of y'all are coming from all across the world now. But I'm getting to see this because this is the background information that you collect as you do this. Y'all don't get to see it. And so that's why I'm convinced that the owner's manual and doing health this way is the best way to do it, man. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM me. We'll get you that information. All right. So now that we understand that Uranus and the planets and all of this, he's telling us got this influence, right? So now he's saying that, oh, okay, so get back to this initiating peace thing, because I heard you, but you just kind of went past it. Now I ain't go past it. I ain't forget it because it's part of this thing. And so what I'm trying to get you to see is once you get your owner's manual, what we do is we give you the tendencies, your tendencies, so that you'll understand yourself better. When you understand yourself better, that should make you do a woosah. I thought I was crazy this whole time. It's just me. Yes. It's just you. You got influence from the time you were born from those 9 planets. Those 9 planets, remember, they are creating energy that is creating living organisms on planet Gaia, on Earth. So therefore, they had influence on the humans, the plants, and the animals. So whenever you was born, them little 9 things was somewhere in the sky, and they started having influence on all the babies born that day. You caught that day. You caught that influence. With that influence came tendencies. You had a tendency of being depressed and didn't know it before you got into your depressive situation. You already had a tendency of being addictive and didn't know it before you started being addicted to some of the things you like. You had a tendency of being guilty and never really forgiving folks way before folks hurt you. Is when you hurt you, you was able to use it, but you had a tendency of having it in the first place. It is in this information that we believe that can help you get more at ease. And at ease is the cure for dis-ease. Okay? At ease is the cure for dis-ease. So the owner's manual ain't gonna play with you. It's trying to put you at ease. How do I get at ease? How do I get peace? By knowing that God knows you. Nature knows you. It knows what you're going through, and it has the remedy. It ain't in man. When the machine can't fix you, when the medication can't fix you, where do you go to? You better have a great spiritual life. And if you do, we can help you revive and resurrect your health. Any questions, any concerns, please keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Any questions, any concerns, please keep tapping. I'll keep talking. We feel like if we can get this going, and all we got to do now is just explain it better, right? What we're attempting to do is put you at ease, at peace, at rest. We're trying to get you to surrender, to let go, okay? Because a lot of the times the trauma and a lot of the things that we've been through in life, in our in our childhood and coming on up, we hold on to the trauma, we hold on to it and make it almost like a tattoo, like a scar that's going to give us the accreditation that we need to be who we say we are, right? So you want to be this bad mama jamma, you want to be this and that and the third. So you wear this trauma on you as badges of honor. But at the end of the day, they're not who you originally are. They came in the matrix, they came in the engineering, they came with the genetically modifying. But see, if you know anything about that, you got to fight against the change in you. So if you're fighting against it, all you need to understand is to give it the opposite thing. They're stressing us out because you're put in an environment to where you don't know the future. That's why you stress. If you look at Adam and Eve in that whole story, they weren't stressed before because they did not have to be worried about the future because it wasn't in their control. But when it got into their control, and then they in control, and then now you got damn stressed because you wanted to stay. Why? Because you in control. And that is a stressful as life for a human being, is for another human being to be in control of its life. So how do we put you at ease? I mean, can't nobody, the government, nobody. The assassins, I don't care who y'all saying. You can't do nothing about it. Put too much work out. Okay, we put too much work out there. Okay, so now understanding that the cure for disease is at ease, and then other word for this is stress, and then another word for this is peace. Okay, and then once you have this peace, then what we're saying is right now you're holding on. Okay, you're holding on to this perception, to this, you're holding on to the program. Okay, when people did stuff to you as a child, they were trying to program you. Period. Okay, so I don't, if you can call it whatever name you want to call it. If it was a crime committed, some kind of abuse committed, whatever was going on with you and came up from childhood, it was due to programming. They were trying to program you. They were trying to put into you a program of trauma, of hurt, of this, of that, in order for you to feel it. Okay, in order for you to experience it, which means that they was inputting into your program a trauma, an experience. Okay, so whatever happened, they put it into you, and you're holding on to the program. Okay, whatever it is, what kind of diet or whatever it was, but you're holding on to the program because you're scared to let it go, because you have identified yourself for so long under this program. You think under and not the real you. Have tendency to be something else, and you have to work on those tendencies to be something else. But you got to know what those tendencies are. With your owner's manual, we give you those tendencies. Because it's due to these tendencies that the programming will start to cause the disease and the stress. So what we do is we're not trying to reprogram you. We're not trying to put another program in you. The program is the deprogram. My program that I'm trying to give to you for 50 funky measly dollars, and you ain't never got to see a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist, a pastor no more. You ain't never got to even fuck with me no more. You got your paperwork in your hand. You can get your herbs from your local herbalist. They own your paper. You can go grow your food. You can go to your local farmer's market. You don't got to buy none of that shit from me. All you do is buy that manual, and that's all you need. So you ain't got to keep on coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back. I ain't opening up no restaurant. We're going to teach you how to fish. So this is a class that we're selling for $50, the class on you. Right? So you get this now, and then you start to say, okay, damn, I have already been through some of these tendencies. I already been through some of these traumas. I already been through some of these diseases. I already been through some of these things. So now what I got to do is let them go. I'm holding on to them thinking that that's my life. That's a part of me. Yes, it's a part of your reality based on the engineering, the programming, but it's not a part of your reality based on the real way that God intended for you to be here. We don't supposed to go through none of this shit that we're going through, but you got to be willing to see the world for the way it really is. So good, guess what? Nature has been patient with us, okay? Nature has been patient with us. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of God. Now I'm going to say that one more time. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of God. Now I ain't had no Bible in over 25 years. But when you read this stuff, it can stick with you and you can know it and you can be able to understand it consciously if you is really of it. That's why you don't have to write nothing and script nothing. Just go out there and feel, okay? So now, that's the new age preaching. Don't write nothing down for me. Come out here and you supposed to, all this music and all the energy in here, you supposed to feel what thus said God if you really from the high. If you really from the high, then get the download, pimp. Get the download, pimp, on the spot. If I want you to, I got to do it on the spot. When you write a script, it's too immovable. I might change my mind 5 minutes before you walk out down the pulpit. You too stuck on your stuff to change, then you can't do it. The same way with the doctors. You too stuck on your rules and your procedures to where you don't have any spirit in the science. So we're healing you through spirit and science by connecting the two. I don't mind science coming and tell me a little bit of something, but I'm damn sure going to keep spirit in it, because sometimes science can come to a point where it can't help you no more. Well, spirit need the guide. And sometimes science will give you some shit that you can't understand. And spirit need to understand it. And then sometimes science can't figure out shit that need more figuring out. And spirit can do that for it. And so therefore, if I heal and we heal holistically through spirit and science, that is the new wave. That is the new healthcare system. That is the new way forward. So also you guys can be a member as well. Okay, we do have memberships. So for $3.99, you can become a member. All right, and as a member, if you do have your owner's manual, we will give you a free yearly update on your owner's manual, so we can keep on rocking and jocking. We'll help you around that wheel of life. Okay, for $3.99 membership. Okay. Also, not only will we give you the free yearly update on your owner's manual if you do have it. Okay. You don't have to have your owner's manual to be a member. If you don't have the owner's manual, then you can take opportunities at other things like your lab work. Okay. If you want somebody to look over your lab work and just kind of give you an assessment of what you can do from a traditional way, from taking herbs and things of that nature, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for some kind of natural alternative and you want a health advocate for some natural ways to be able to do things along with doctor prescriptions and treatments or whatever, hey, you can do that for $3.99 a month, and then you can end it whenever you want to. So ain't nobody obligating you to shit. When you feel like you don't got enough of me, stop paying the $3.99. If you feel like you ain't got enough of me, start paying the $3.99, and you can keep on having a lifetime access to any question that you need to ask for your family, for yourself. It don't matter. As long as you're a member, that's all it requires. Okay. So if you guys are interested in being a member of the HerbMan team and a member of the HerbMan family, and just want to continue to keep allowing somebody to be there for you as you walk through your health journey, for $3.99, bro. Okay, so you guys can DM me if you want to be a member, or if you're looking for the owner's manual, you can DM me for that information. Now, when you get to this piece part, this means the letting go. Okay, this is the letting go. Okay, this is the letting go side. And this is the side where meditation is going to come in, and I'm going to get you into a really nice mood, you can do yourself like this though. You don't, like I said, I'm teaching y'all how to do it for yourself, but you're going to get into this really nice mood, right? Where ain't nobody around you. You need to be free enough to laugh if you need to. You need to be free enough to cry if that's what the urge says. You need to be free enough to scream. You need to be free enough to shout. You need to be free enough to run. You need to be free enough to cuss. You need to be free enough to fuss. You need to be free enough to express the emotion behind the letting go. I don't want you to be letting go in your head. Did you let go? Yeah, I let go. Yeah, hell no. Hell no. We can't think this. We got to feel it. On this side, when your body don't work, when the medicine and the machines don't work, then that means that we can't do intellect. Intellect means we can't figure this shit out. That means that I can't figure it out and you can't figure it out. So then how do you figure it out? There is a way for you to figure out what you can't figure out, and it's intuition. You got to feel it. So then we get you into this mood to where you can feel the emotion. You can feel the funny and you laugh without being high. You can feel the love and you get your juices flowing and you ain't got nobody touching you. You can feel the excitement and ain't nothing happened to you, but you just feel the joy and the excitement. We got to get you to feel these things because what they're doing is producing medicine. And this medicine is anti-inflammatory, so it's going to take away your pain. This medicine is anti-inflammatory and is in you, and it is called your neuropeptides. It is called your endorphins. It is called your cortisol and adrenaline and dopamine and serotonin and melatonin and oxytocin and all these different things. But guess what? Now they got medicine in it. So it's anti-inflammatory. It'll take away pain. And I ain't talking about just joint pain and body pain and muscle pain, but we're talking about the pain of life. And then it's also immunosupportive. And so if you are dealing with immunosuppression, you know, folks that got lymphatic issues and folks that have been taking medication for years, that got antibiotics in the system for years, that's got immunodeficiency problems, then guess what? This peace and this sovereignty and this love and laughter and this falling back in love with life again feeling is producing something in you that done took the pain away, that done boost the immune system, that done calm the nervous system, that done ease the waters of the hormonal balance, because hormones is harmony. And so once we get you back in harmony, then there's no more hormonal imbalances. So this is a thing that is illustrating, is producing medicine from feeling, because the disease is coming from the programming that's creating the feeling. So we deprogram you from feeling life from this angle. And it's just in the taking away of this that you're naked enough, you're vulnerable enough, that you're more sensitive enough again to feel the real, true way nature was intended for all of us to be in. I hope you guys understand this. You guys, we're at 5 o'clock right now. We got about another hour left. Please keep tapping and I'll keep talking, okay? If you guys are interested in anything I've said today, you can put it in the chat, or then you can DM me and we'll talk more about it, okay? So just understand, Just Jamie said, I understand. Do you understand what I'm saying now, right? So now if you're on your bed listening to me and you can't move, if you're on your deathbed, if you're in this hospice, if you're in this paralyzed state, what I want you to see is that as long as your mind, not your body can stay exactly where it's at in that bed. You ain't got to worry about moving right now. But we do need folks to wheel you out into some sunlight. I don't give a damn if they got to wheel you out, roll you out, carry you out. If you're still alive, you need to get this sunlight. I ain't talking about cutting on bright lights in the room. I'm talking about opening up curtains, and you need to go outside and get some outside air as well. Okay? So we need to wheel you out. I'm going to have to wheel them out. Now, you got to wheel them out if they can't move, right? So we're going to add that into the regimen, along with this feeling, getting you back to feeling at ease. I know that the body ain't functioning properly, right? But we can't, what's in you, a plant can't produce. The medicine in you to heal you, plants can't produce that. They can only help balance what's there. But giving you something is almost asking a lot from a plant, because its constitution is not you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your medicine is oxytocin. Your medicine is melatonin. Your medicine is serotonin. And those things are in how you feel about life. And the less you're using joy, the less you're using love, the less you're using these things, and the more you're using pleasure, and pleasure is non-sustainable, it's fleeting. So the more you keep using pleasure and nothing sustainable like serotonin and oxytocin, then guess what? You start running out of the energy. Then your energy start getting depleted, okay? So we want you to make sure that you understand that this at ease, This at ease moment. I know you've been through a lot, mom, but let it go. It don't matter. Let it go. Let it go. Surrender it. Let it go. It's killing you more than the person that you wanted to hurt. You ain't hurting Trump, hating Trump. You don't hurt Trump, hating Trump. You hurt you. Because when you feel hate, your emotions feel it, which means your cells is feeling hate. You want your cells to feel hate, they hating on you. When you hating on Trump, you made your cells start hating on you. When you hurt this person, you made your cells start hurting you. That is the karma behind it, because you had to conjugate up the feeling. That means that when you are something, your cells was it. So when I'm hating, my cells hating. When I'm loving, my cells loving. When I'm this, my cells is doing it. When I'm smoking, my cells smoking. When I'm drinking, my cells drinking. Because my cells is me. So at the end of the day, this thing about other people, the system, white folk, black folk, all this stuff, at the end of the day, is hurting you. So this letting go. Yeah, they did wrong to you. Yes, they abused you. Yes, they miseducated you. Yes, they misinformed you. Yes, they misled you. Yes, they did all of these things, but that's the human hurt. That ain't got nothing to do with God. You know, when folks don't know God, man, unfortunately, a motherfucker do anything when they don't have morals. So therefore, there's nothing to blame because my daddy wasn't there. My dad still don't believe that to this day. Well, shit, why you don't talk to me then? Nigga, because we just strangers like that. I just don't know you like that. And I, at this point, I can't let nobody get authority over me, period. I don't give a fuck who it is. I give you some respect, but you don't have authority. And since I won't allow any person to have authority over me, I keep my distance from folk because I can respect anybody, but you don't get authority. And that's my mama too. And my mama know that. That's why she'll call me every now and then. I love you, mom. You know I love you. I'm gonna call you birthday coming up in a minute. But I don't do authority. So I can't stay that long over your house. I ain't gonna be able to be at your house too long because this is your house. And I want to do what I want to do. And I know I ain't even finna try to even do it at your house. So I go back to mine. So I won't visit that long. Because when I get the itching, when I want to do something that I want to do, I'm finna go. Okay? So that's just who I am and the way I am. But my point is there's no blame. And why? Because you got to let it go. And the reason why you let it go is because it hurt me more than it hurt that person. So at the end of the day, it's the resolving these issues internally with the individual. You can't confront everybody and get an apology. So you just forgive within you and keep it moving. Just to so that you don't eat up your reproductive health, right? So that if I got a tendency to be unforgiving and this somebody do something to me, that's my innuendo to my disease. Because here's the thing, these environmental stimuli are going to find your weakness. And so your weaknesses is your tendencies. So this environmental stimuli job is to find your weaknesses. So there's going to be something out here that you like that you're going to get addicted to if you got an addictive behavior. There's going to be something out here that's going to happen to you if you can't forgive that you won't forgive that person for. There's going to be something out here that you can't trust because you got trust issues in the first place. There's going to be something out here that you don't get attached to because you got attachment issues anyway. There's going to be something out here that you got self-control issues over because you got self-control tendencies anyway. So the enemy is the environmental stimuli looking to see can it influence you. Again, the life of Job. Devil asked God, look here, let me go down now. So that ain't nothing but environmental stimuli. That ain't nothing but forces of resistance. See, the devil and the enemy ain't nothing else. It's just the force of resistance that every now and then, but I try to teach you guys the other day that how you make a wave is when you allow the oncoming current to come in with the receding current, and then when they both hit, they make the wave. So you need the force of resistance in order to create the wave of life. So in essence, Job needed the force of resistance to show the example to the people. Otherwise, Job did everything he's supposed to do to have everything he needed. But God wanted to show you in consciousness that it ain't about the good that you do based on the law of goodness. It's about the good that you do when everything ain't going your way. Because again, he took suffering and created an opportunity for transformation. So therefore, when force of resistance came, yes, it can take everything from you. But again, it's a current coming in and a receding line. I'm going to get my time at the beach again. I'm going to get my time in the sunlight again. And if I can think that way, then in my time of storm, the boat is still calm and I'm still at ease, even in the face of storms. You can't lose your faith. If you believe, then you got to know. When you believe, that means you know. I'm convinced. I know that this works. Seasons have to change. Everything has to change. Everything has to change. So that means that if everything has to change, let me ask you guys a question. I know you said that everything has to change, but let me ask you guys this very important question. Does everything change? When you look at life, no matter how old you are, you could be 20, 25, you could be 70, 75. I'm asking y'all this question. In the time that you've been here and experienced life, does everything change? Or have you seen some stuff that'll stay the same? Zariah said it repeats. Somebody said not at once. KK said no. Manny said yes. It cycles, so in the moment it starts internally, always change. Somebody said no, not everything changes. No, some stuff stay the same. Seen the sun always rise. The world, no change. Life, yes. Mimisha said no. It's a lot of people that said no, things don't change in life, that things stay the same. Okay. Those are the people that don't believe in healing. Hey, I told you I ain't gonna play with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We don't play. If you don't believe in change, then when you get sick, you know what I mean? You don't believe that things change. If you don't believe that things change, then you don't believe that things can be healed, that you can go from nothing to something. And on top of that, if you don't believe that things change, you're in direct opposition to Uranus, which is changing shit as we yet are seeing it. The people are changing, the weather is changing, the time is changing, the children is changing. It might be subtle changes because you ain't flying in the air right now like they said that you would back in the day. But things are changing. People are changing, man. You know, how can you not see change when a baby can go from a baby to an adult and you just had sex with a woman in bed one night? And next thing you know, you got a grown person in front of you talking about, Daddy, let me borrow $30. They talking about my light bill. Like, boy, ain't you 30 years old? I done saw him made a 30-year-old grown person just from just liking somebody else. Things are changing. And what I'm saying to you is that mindset that things don't change will get you in trouble in your time when you need change. It'll get you in trouble, y'all. If you believe that things don't change in your time of need, when you need change, okay, better be careful. When I feel down, there were times I chose by faith that I'm healed by a spirit in me. Okay, yes, everything does change, yet also repeats itself. Every ship moves, even if I don't really agree with the repeat. Every ship ship moves, because ain't nothing identical, so there is no repeat. There's no identical situation. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's not even an identical zygote. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different in some kind of way. You might got a little bit more calories coming into me, calcium coming into me, magnesium coming into me, something different ratios than me coming in, because again, up under this planetary thing, there's only 4.2 babies born every minute. Okay. There's only 4.2 babies born every minute. This is on the planet. Okay. Every 60 seconds, right? This on the planet. So therefore, when your birthday come and you got that time allotted to you and all that type of stuff, theoretically, there's only 4 people that can have the same identical reading if you really get down into astrology going deeper. Okay, only 4 people that's gonna have the same makeup that was born in that minute. And that's all across the world. That's 4.2 babies born every second over across the world. That's what got you to 8 billion people. Every single thing has an angle of light. Yes, things change when you blink your eyes. Yes, if things doesn't change, then we won't get results. Yes. So if I can get you to believe in change, which is what I'm really attempting to do, then that's where we can start. Because you guys don't think that you can change. You don't think that this works. You don't think that this will help you. You don't think that, but if I can get you to just be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transform and renewing ain't nothing. All they did was see, you gotta see it for itself. Transforming and renewing. Both of these is words for what, y'all? Somebody tell me real quick. Transforming and renewing ain't nothing but fancy words for what? Anybody know? Transforming and renewing ain't nothing but fancy words for what word? Thank you, Dory Lee. Thank you, Dory Lee. It ain't nothing but fancy words for change. That's all these is. So be ye changed by the changing of your mind. Did that resonate with you better than this scripture? Because you see, when they do it like this, for some reason you can't get it. So then let me put it to you simple. Be ye changed by the changing of your mind. Be ye changed by the changing of your mind. Not your brain, ladies. Keep it in. We don't want to change your prostate, men. Keep it in. We don't want to change your hairstyle. Keep it in. We don't want to, you see what I'm trying to say? Because we want you to understand that you don't have to change those things. Those things are original to you. All we need for you to do is change your mind to change you, not your body. You change your mind to change your beauty, not your body. You change your mind to change your beauty, not your body. You change your mind to change your beauty, not your body. You change your mind to change your body, not go straight for the body and try to change it. And so when you're going to these herbalists now, and you're going to these natural osteopaths and chiropractics and homeopathics and what else them little doctors called naturopathics, you got to be careful. These folks is in the industry. They're not in the ministry. And industry and ministry are 2 different things. People doing it because it's a ministry to them. Them the folks that you want to go to, because they're going to be giving you the whole map on who you is, what you is, and how it is to get back to wellness. But industry don't give a damn about none of this. Bro, just pay your little funky $50, $100, $1,000. Take my shit, get your ass away from here, and then tell everybody what you think. So look for ministry, not industry. You cannot step in the same river twice. Well, you know, Duchess, my grandma used to say it like this: you can't jump in a pit full of snakes and not expect to get bit. Okay, so that was her little thing of trying to tell us, when you go and try and tell me who you're hanging with and think that you ain't doing nothing out there, ain't no way in the hell you gonna jump in a pit full of snakes and not get bit. So if you're out there with him, then you're doing something. Okay, you're out there with him, you just like him. You're out there with him, they done bit you. That's why folks that's in the same mind, in the same judgment, should always be hanging with each other. You understand what I'm saying? All right, you guys, any questions about what we've talked about thus far? You guys, please keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Please keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Yes, if you're looking to try to donate, you're looking to what they call that, support, right? Patronize those people that are considered to be a ministry, that are doing it for a little bit of nothing, that you can tell that is out here for the masses and not out here for the massive money. And because those things you get it back. If you understand how much sleep I lose and what we got to do to be able to even be in this spiritual space, to come up here, and when lights, camera, action, you got to be able to have it in you. that is a whole thing that a lot of folks don't know nothing about. Even the people close to me don't understand some of the stuff that you go through to be able to do this. And there are things that come with it, man. There are things that come with it. The deeper you go, then the struggles, the emotional tendencies, and the spiritual tendencies start to really play a role. The deeper you go into spirituality, the more you in the physical, then the more the physical tendencies start to play a role. But at the end of the day, the root cause of physical tendencies is spiritual, especially if you're dealing with untreatable, incurable diseases that they've labeled you. Then that means that it's a spiritual thing. When the machine can't figure it out, when the man can't figure it out, it's because it's spiritual. And you got to be able to have somebody that know how to do it instead of just sending you back out to your house talking about go pray to God. There has to be a program that minister that understands how to do. I got to bring 5 to 10 people in here, and we're gonna put Sister Mary on the head, and we're gonna put Sister Quanta and Sister Janice on the hand, and we're gonna put Sister James on the foot, and we're gonna put Sister Claudine on the other foot, and we're gonna put this all on the forehead, and then we'll put a little all on the chest, and we'll put a little bit more all on the stomach above the navel. And if she got leg issues, we'll all the legs as well. And we'll make sure that we got something warmer, or we'll keep a warm towel, or we'll keep a hand warmer, or we'll keep something that we'll keep the head warm, and we'll keep the arms and the hands warm while we're praying over her. And then we got somebody cooking for her that's already got the foods that she need to eat. And then we got the brother up the street that's an herbalist that is connected to the cosmos that know what herbs she needs. And so now Sister Thing is up under top direct control of the minister. The minister got the herbalist, the minister got the folks going to the grocery store, the minister got all of this going for Sister Mary, because they're putting Mary under a program to heal her of her condition. Ministers can do this. The church could do this. You can't send them back outside. They came into the hospital. That's the church. They came in. The church should be the natural hospital of the community. You don't gotta go. No, you shouldn't have a herb shop anywhere. Is the church got enough land? It got enough everything to grow the garden, to grow the herbs, to grow the food, to also innate this stuff that we're talking about. But of course, when you divide church and state, when you divide spirit and science, then you can't do this. But I can, and that's why I didn't want those 4 walls. These 4 walls that I'm using now are way bigger than any church on the planet that I could ever build with my hands. Talking to the world was always the objective. Never to just be talking to the folks on my up the block, up the street that know just as much as me. That ain't gonna understand no evolution that I'm taking them to. So you talk to the people that are ready for you. And sometimes it may not be folk in Atlanta that's gonna be ready for me because I'm from Atlanta. It might be folks from somewhere else. But when you're ready, the students will arrive, okay? So that's what you got to understand. So this letting go. Oh, yes, this letting go. I'm holding on. And it's going to show me how to let it go. You say, well, I've tried to let it go, HerbMan. What about people who felt like they've let it go? What about people who feel like they've moved on, but life is still struggling? Thank you for that question. What about people who have felt like they've let it go, but they're still struggling in life? Here is the thing. Just because you feel like you let it go doesn't mean that you actually let it go, because you don't know what letting it go really is. Again, I told you, you got to go back to the scenario, and it's going to be a created emotion. You can laugh about it. You can cry about it. You can shout. You can scream. You can cuss, right? You can to let it go. So the letting go of it ain't to say that I thought about it and I ain't gonna think about it no more. That's my letting go. That ain't letting it go, because that ain't gonna be letting it go. I thought about it, and you know what, man? I just let that shit go. That ain't letting it go, because that's suppression. That's what you call suppression, right? Getting it up out of the spirit, you got to get it out this way. When you laugh hard, getting out, that is coming out. Laughing real hard is It's repeated exhalation. And I'm talking about, you ever had one of them labs where you just like, that's an exhalation of what? Toxins, of carbonic acid, biologically, but also the demons of the emotions. They're coming out of the spirit. You laugh it out. Laughing it out. Listen to what I'm trying to teach you. I'm not playing with y'all, man. It's been too many people on this motherfucking social media lying. And before they try to deactivate my account and shut me down, which is what they're trying to do, I'm going to put it out. It's simple. You got to cry it out, because crying it out, you do the same thing. When a baby cries, it is a more of a long exhalation. That long exhalation is getting out toxins biologically, and the spirit, the demonic spirit is coming out as well. You shout it out, scream it out. You can't think it away. You can't hold this in. This shit ain't about your mind. It ain't about your brain. This is about your mind. It's about your spirit. It got to come out. So this is an experience. Why do you think this show is called The Experience? I'm not playing with y'all. This ain't something that you can just go funnel over and do. This is an experience that you're going to do within yourself. And if you need guidance, we're there for you. You can do the membership for $3.99, $4 to be guided. $4. I mean, I don't know what the hell to do to you. $4, and this thing here costs $50, and you gonna never need nobody no more. So you don't even need to pay me the $4 no more. But I know some of y'all got egregious situations and got all kind of stuff, and you just need to get your hand held. So we're gonna hold your hand for $4. And $4 a month times 12 is the same $50 here. So you spending $50 a year. What doctor you going to doing that? What lawyer you going to doing that? What pastor you going to doing that? What McDonald's you going to doing that? What gas station you going to doing that? What grocery store you going to doing you like that? Come on, man. We can't do it no better. Can't give you no more discount. Can't give you no, we giving it all to you. Okay? This is what we need to get that at ease and to release. I'm letting y'all know that. I know a lot of folk because y'all think that this shit easy. It's simple, but that don't mean that it's easy. You got to get to this emotional state. I need you to feel again. We've been too robotic. We've been too engineered. We've been too programmed. And so we too desensitized. And therefore, you so hard up, you ready to die. That little cancer, you ready to leave him. You so hard up, the bills got you stressed out. Y'all be just trying to I'm trying to get to the astral plane. Children trying to leave him. Everybody just trying to get to hell. Look, this is supposed to be your everlasting home, not death. Life is. Life is supposed to be your everlasting home, not death. Right now, you'll be dead way longer than you ever been living. I don't think that life was meant to do that. I think you're supposed to be alive way longer than you was dead, because the dead was when you wasn't existing. Everlasting life, you're supposed to have way more life, and this is supposed to be death. Death was, it took 400 years for you to come into existence. But now you got everlasting life, you're living forever. That is supposed to be the ratio. But now what the ratio is, and I'm giving y'all a visual of this. I'm telling you, I'm the realest cat on here, man. I'm giving y'all this shit. I'm giving it away how it comes to me. So now what the situation is that this is death. So you'll be dead way longer than you're alive, and life is only 80 years. So you'll see how your death is eternity. You're promised eternal death right now. Now, how in the fuck is we gonna go to church tomorrow with this being the case and acting like we can't fix this some kind of way as human beings? How in the hell am I supposed to believe in everlasting life if right now this shit is everlasting death? If I'm only living 80 years out of eternity, damn, that's a short period of time. The short period of time is to be invented and created. When you get here, you're supposed to be able to be here for forever. Everlasting life, not everlasting death. I don't know what y'all reading in that book, but hey, whatever y'all reading in that Bible tomorrow, it's got to get you on some world changing shit. You got to let that thing penetrate you. Okay? Whenever you go to church tomorrow, I'm gonna be on tomorrow before you go to church too. You know I got one for you tomorrow too. But when y'all go, you got to it got to be some, you got to come out of there ready to do the doggone thing. And that means ready to make some of the hard decisions. Your job is killing you. Leave it. That person in your house is killing you. Leave them. That situation is killing you. Leave it. That place is killing you. Move somewhere else. That thing is killing you. Leave it alone. So you got to learn how to let it go. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's okay. I remember for you to tell, well, you always let them break up with you. Yeah, because I got, you know what? I let them let go. I always try to hold on. You see what I'm trying to say? But then you get to a point where you know what? It's okay to let it go. It ain't going to hurt no more than holding on. You just get to a point where if you bold enough to let me go, if you confident enough to let me go, if you sure enough to let me go, if you, you know what I'm saying, and whatever you think you would let me go, well, shit, I need to feel the same way then. What the hell I'm sitting over here playing for? These folks ain't playing with you today. They will let your ass go. Well, cool then. Now let's let go some of this internal stuff. If you'll let a man go, that's fine. But let's let go some of this neglect within you. Let go some of this abuse within you. Let go some of this hurt within you. Okay? So that we can really start to allow ourselves to flow free and at ease. And the owner's manual will help you get your ease back in life, man. And if you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you the information that you need. If you get us to 100K, you guys, I may, because it look like we might be having a good time. We at 5:30 right now, so I got about 29 minutes left. So if we can get to 100K, which we're about 3,000 likes away, okay, then we can start inviting people on up to the live and let's do some life path. Okay, let's get you some birthdays done. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's the influence. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've understood that God is influencing us from nature. You might ain't never seen God, but you've seen nature. You've seen the universe. That's God. That's everything inclusive is God. So when you're looking at God, God is everything. So if this is a universe with all kind of Milky Ways and galaxies and planets all in it, we don't even know what the universe look like, right? Because you call it the black beyond. But all of that beyond, and then all of that within, and then all of that within that's within, and then all of that that's in that's within that within, and then all of that that's in that's within that within, and everything that exists is God. Everything that exists is God. So no way to quantify it. It's everything. Because everything is influenced. The circular motions and the circular movements and the counterclockwise movements, and some going clockwise, and then you got some that is having storms and they're having all kind of climatic weather pattern changes and that are throwing out all kind of ingredients out into the space, and then the space push that toward other planets like Earth, and then that increases and influences your climate and your weather, and the climate and the weather influences the humans, the plants, and the animals in which they reside in that climate. That's why people are different, because there's a different climate, there's a different weather pattern, and not just only in the earth, but also over the earth. It ain't the same climate back then in the 60s. Back then in the 60s, it was a little bit more hotter outside. Back then in the 60s, though, it also was a little bit more angry temper as far as embrace themselves with his story via the internet, via this commodity we call social media. Then they didn't expect that. And it sent out a fire wave that got me here today, because he inspired me along with Yaki, along with Herbalist Kareem, along with some of these other young people that you're hearing today. So damn about all of the other stuff, but when you're talking about the firestorm of young people that really know about, but had a famous life, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, you got folk out here that's better than his son, and that comes from his own loins. Because it'll happen like that. You know, everybody ain't kin by blood. Some folks are kin by flood. And that flood is by spirit. Okay? Yaki got veneers now. Is that healthy? I mean, you already know fame gonna do it. You should all tell y'all to be discerning. Going into this next thing is about discernment. It ain't about judgment. It ain't about harming nobody, harassment. It ain't about nothing. It's about discernment. That's the mint. It ain't about government. It's about discernment. It ain't about argument. It's about discernment. You see, when you get discernment, all that divorce and disagreement and all of that talking about somebody and judging, you ain't got to do it, because you will see it and you will know. Now, you know just as well as I know. Okay. But again, some people are doing this for a life, meaning that if they didn't do this, they wouldn't have nothing. Okay. I already conquered corporate America. So it wasn't like I was coming straight out of prison trying to be somebody. Okay. And then you got to do what you got to do to be that person. Everybody's story is different. I had to come out to be somebody, but I wasn't the HerbMan then. So I just had to come out here and work and got there and make it work. But I was able to do that. So because I was able to do that in corporate America, I came over here as a want, not a need. So then when you come over here as a want, not a need, it feels different. It carries you different, and you don't have to sacrifice all this shit. And now I can just build the platform off low prices, keeping my shit natural based. I ain't got to be out here trying to hurry up and find this and find that. I don't have to copy nobody's stuff, because I can take the time to learn and to figure things out. I don't have to go try to be no copycat and just do what they say and do this. I can learn it myself and really know it myself. And then next thing you know, I can sit up here with no script, no nothing. You know it. I don't need no pat on the back. I don't need to go to your class. I don't need none of your degrees. I don't need to read none of your books, because even though I know all that information, I'm still giving it up for this. So it don't matter at this point how many books you give me, it still ain't gonna supersede give me your birthday. I don't give a damn what I know after this. I'm still gonna go to God for that with that birthday. I don't care what you ask me about. Right? We still, I will do this. I will swap this out any day. Any day. All right, you guys, now come on, man. Give me your birthday. Let's go ahead and get it. You guys got to come up on the chat, though, so you got to put me in the chat. I can't do it from the chat just because it'll be so many people on here, man. So put me in the chat. We'll bring you up. Cosmic God ain't going to let me do it like that. You got to come up on the live, man. You guys got to come up on the live. Put me in the chat. We'll bring you up. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM me. We'll get you the information that you need. If you're interested in the membership is only $3.99 a month. All right. What I got here? Min me 5. Min my 5. All right, member, you can come on up. Yo. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you? Yo, welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help?
I'm here.
All right, now you gotta do more than just be here now, cause you already know now this thing gotta go fast.
This is my first time. What you need to know, my birthday, December 29th.
Yeah, you gotta give me your whole birthday. So 12/29, what year?
December 84.
Okay. So now I'm gonna put MFG right here, right? Because we go off the owner's manual. So your birthday is called your manufacturing date, okay?
Okay.
All right, so 12/29. 84. Okay. All right. So next we're going to give you a model number, right? Have you ever heard of the life path number?
Yes.
Okay. So
I think I'm a 9.
Yeah. So your model number is basically your life path number, but we using the owner's manual jargon. All right. So 12/29. So if you do 12 plus 29, you're going to come up with about, I think, 42. All right, so 12 plus 29 is going to give you, 41. 12 and 29 will give you 41. So then that'll be 5. So from the birth month and the birth date, we got the number 5. Let's remember that one. 1984, eventually going to be 18 plus 4. All right, so that's going to give you 22. So that's 4. 4 plus the 5, model number 9. You're correct. Okay. Now we got to get your sun signs. Everybody got 2 sun signs. I know people don't know that. But from 1221 to 121, that will consider you to be a Capricorn, correct?
Yes.
Right. So a Capricorn is an earth sign. Every Capricorn alter ego is a Cancer. Okay, so that's your water sign. All right. And then the number 9 is going to represent the element in which you are very good at, which is the fire element. Okay, so you are a earth, water, fire woman, but you're the model 9 woman. So that means that there could be another person that's a Capricorn. You see how you're a Capricorn, but your element is fire. That means
my mama birthday 112. She a Capricorn too.
Yeah, so you'll be the same Capricorn, but this what makes you different is the 9, the element. So you're a Capricorn, but you in love with candles. Your house probably, your bathroom probably got so many candles in it. You love going outside, being in the sun, all this type of stuff. So the sun is benefiting you more, but most Capricorns would think they the earth, so they must go out there and ground and be in the dirt. But that ain't the type of Capricorn that you're a Capricorn that would need more of the fire element. That makes sense?
I'm gonna capitalize on it. This is my first time here.
Okay, yeah. So just work around the fire more. Okay. So I mean, are you into candles?
I've been getting some lately.
Yeah. So
scented ones.
So just use them when you're praying, meditating, whatever. Fire up the candle. That's all. You ain't got it. Ain't nothing crazy. Just cut your candles on and do what you've been doing.
Like incense more.
Doing the incense now for you.
Candles.
For you, do the candles.
Okay.
Yeah. For you, I want you to do the candles, but you'll see the difference. All right. So now here we go. So you are a Capricorn. So you are currently right here, right? And so all of these things are life lessons. Each life lesson lasts 10 years. So we got your destination. Birthday, your starting point is a destination. Our job is to get you back to Capricorn around this infinity circle. Okay, that's what we call 120 years, which is Genesis 6:3. Genesis 6:3. God said that He promised you 120 years. We're just trying to get people around this circle and show them how that 120 years and what it looks like. Okay, so now how we do this is we take your birthday. So that means that you missed about 8 days. Let's say you missed 7 days of Capricorn. So that means you did 23 days. Now watch this. 23 days. That means you did 3, 6, 7 years of Capricorn. You did 7 years. You are currently what, 41 or 40?
About to be 41 in December.
Yeah, so you're 40, right?
2 more months.
Okay, so 7, 17, 27, 37. So you are 3 years, or 4 years into Taurus. So 4 years into Taurus. So for the last 4 years, your little personal possessions been getting better. You've been growing and developing in your personal possessions, in your personal finances, things of that nature, the things that you've been trying to want for yourself. You've been able to get them, and they started within the last 4 years. That's Taurus. Now, here's the thing: if you've been dealing with some physical stuff, though, like if you've been dealing with some health conditions, you want to watch. You want to watch your hearing. Okay, something to do with your hearing, your ears, or something to do with the nose or your sense of smell. You want to watch those things. But other than that, if you're not dealing with health concerns, that's fine. But Taurus is trying to teach you how to see the beauty in things. So when you're going through, this is going to last you for another 6 years. So when you're going through this life lesson, just know that life is trying to show me how to see the beauty in things, okay? The beauty in things, and then you'll be able to pass that life lesson. Also, you're in your most physical time of life. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of things that you need to physically do that's going to cause for your physical exertion. So you being physically fit is going to be very important in this part of your life. Because this is not a spiritual time of your life. This is a physical time of your life. If you're not physically fit, then you won't be able to make it through this time. You're already 40 something right here. We just told you about 120. A lot of people can leave here in these age ranges that you're already in. So you 50, 60, 70.
Okay, so
You see what I'm saying? So you got to
2
make
years
sure.
ago, I was pregnant. I started having, sicknesses. I never had sickness before.
Okay.
And now I'm pregnant again, but I'm not having sicknesses. But you saying this, I can't be physically fit right now per se.
I mean, ain't nothing happening to you right now anyway. I'm just because you got to understand these things. This is 120 years old. So what I'm saying to you is, you're 40 right here, right? So let's just take a walk down this right quick. So this is 50. This is 60, 70, 80, 90 years old before you even make it to the other part of this circle. Okay. So my point to you is, most folks will be already dead and gone for 90. I'm teaching you this right now, so you'll know you can duck and dodge what most folks get into because they don't got the information. So the man telling you that it's going to take you to be physically fit all the way to you 90 to duck and dodge what'll happen to you if you ain't by the time you're 90, if you make it though. You get it? It ain't got nothing to do with it ain't got nothing to do with childbirth. It ain't got nothing to do with childbirth. You're going to have as many kids as you want to. This got something to do with just life beyond all of that. You see what I'm saying? This got
so the manual will help me understand what you're saying?
Yeah, so the manual will help you understand you better. So when you give me your birthday, this will come with herbs. It'll come with spiritual tendencies, physical tendencies. It'll come with the foods you need to eat. It'll come with like stuff you ain't going to tell me on this live. It's going to come with all that kind of stuff. And then when we got that, that's when we say, okay, now men my five. Yeah, me and my five. That's when I'm gonna say, okay, now we can get to work. We can't do it just off this live, but if you do your honest man, yes, ma'am, it's gonna have everything on you.
Okay, so how I get it? DM you?
Yeah, just DM me, then I'll get you the information that you need. Yes, ma'am. All right. You got any questions?
Okay. No, I'm just gonna wait to the manual because I heard of the birth charts and I've been into that lately and got a couple of apps and studying that and reading books. Now this a different wheel than the birth chart. It looked like foreign.
Yeah. So
you was talking, but I ain't getting it yet.
Yeah. So this right here is what they call the ecliptic of the sun, right? I don't do astrology like they do it. I do it how God told me how to do it. So therefore, like I was just telling you right there with that Capricorn, your sun sign, your rising, you got your planetary thing, your sun, your moon, Jupiter, all that type of stuff. I'm not saying that those are not important, but what I'm saying is the most important thing is to know this simple information, because here's the thing. In year one, when they were using this back then, do you think they knew all about all this stuff? They don't know nothing about no Jupiter in your disc and your Mercury retrograde and and you need to go in and they didn't know all of that. So we got to keep it simple, stupid. We can't be trying to make this thing too. So what I said was, it got to be a way to where this can work for everybody. There's some people that don't know where they were born. There's some people that don't know when they were born. Okay, so therefore, you look back on people and you say, well, hell, it was a time where you can't say that was Carrollton over there. You just say, hell, they over there. You don't know what to call the town, but they were still using nature to help out with their healing. So we keeping it simple.
Right.
And the simple thing is, give me your birthday, the day you were born is all I need to get the whole walk assessment on you. And that's what we're going with. And that's what we know works. But I used to do, I mean, if you look at my videos back in the day, I used to do, let me get your birthday, birth time, birth location. I used to do it exactly the way that you've been getting it is how I used to do it. I transformed to this because God told me that that way ain't for everybody, but this way is.
Well, really, I stumbled upon the life path number thing in 2020, and the life path number led me to that. I don't even know how I got this, and my family think it's superstitious and it's not of God and witchcraft, but it was interesting to me, so I keep it to myself and I just read up on it.
Well, I mean, that's what happened to me. I just now really came out with this about, as far as this right here, 4 months ago, 5, 6 months ago, maybe I came out with it. But as far as the other stuff, it took me years to do it too, because I came up the same way. I was a minister in the church, all kind of stuff. So yeah, I had that same scare. But my point to you is that once you really get to understand, then you'll understand that what I'm teaching people is the Bible. I'm teaching people how to connect with God, but folks want to just connect with God through a book and not through nature. And therefore, you can go straight out of church from reading the book and throw paper on the ground. You go straight out of the church from reading the Bible and go and spit on the ground and go piss in the and go and litter and go and cuss and fuck. So my thing is, we're ignoring nature, talking about we believe in God. Nature is a part of the relationship between everything else too.
Right.
You see,
I think I found my tribe.
There you go. So come on in. Holla if you need us. We're here every day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm coming live from South Africa right now. But we are here. We ship out. We do whatever we need to do to facilitate our people. If people are in other countries, you can still get your owner's manual. We're just making this thing accessible for everybody, man. But if you want to learn, you came to the right place. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Peace. All right, you guys, I might got room for one more. Okay, I might got room for one more. We look like we got about 8 minutes left. I might got room for one more person. Okay, one more person. One more individual we might got room for. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking, okay? The whole purpose is to get you to 120 years. 120 years old, okay? That's the whole purpose. Cosmic God, I can't pull you up. They won't let me pull you up. All right. Makari, you're next on the Life is Right. Makari, you are next on the Life is Right. If you don't come up, we'll pull a little late in 98. All right. Little lady, they won't let me bring you up. Rebecca Yates.
Damn, they wouldn't let him bring me up.
Okay, now there you go, Makari. You here? Come on. Cause
can you hear
me? Yeah, you just slid in. Then come on. Just slid in there. All right, give me.
I'm new here. This is my first time.
Well, welcome.
I'm enjoying this.
Welcome to the.
I would like to learn.
Yeah, that's what's up. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. Glad you are learning. We're here every day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all tune in, go subscribe to the YouTube, whatever. Sometimes they be shutting me down on here now because you see how I'm talking. But at the end of the day, we still try to come on and do our due diligence. What's your birthday?
8/24/73.
8/24/73. Okay. So now that's your manufacturing date, just like we talk about with the owner's manual. That comes, every owner's manual got a manufacturing date and a model number. So now your model number is 8 plus 24. That's going to give us 32. 3 plus 2 is going to be 5. So we got to remember that 5. Okay. 1973 is eventually going to end up being 17 plus 3, which is going to be 20. Okay, and then that means that's the 2. So we drop the 2 down, and then we add that to the 5, and there you go. You got a 7. So you are model number 7 woman. And 8/21 to 9/21 is a Virgo. So you're Earth sign. Every Virgo alter ego is a Pisces. So there go your water sign. The 7 is going to represent the water element. Okay, so you see how you different from that other woman. And y'all ain't that far apart in the years. But I think she was 80 something, you 73. Both of y'all women. The fallibility of modern medicine is that both of y'all would be treated with the same medication if y'all had the same disease. Blood pressure would be treated the same. Blood sugar, you get the same med. If you go to church on the same Sunday, you'll get the same word of God. And so there's no attention to detail for who you is and for what you need. So you are a water woman. She was a fire woman. She may need a little bit more fire and passion and mental, intelligent intellect to get her going. Where you ain't gonna require nothing but a little emotion. Okay, and a little bit more sympathy and empathy is what gets you going. And so you have an ability to be a great confidant and a great counselor and a great friend. You can put yourself literally in folks' shoes. You one of them people that if you see a woman on the side of the street, you might stop and pick her up just because you're able to be that sensitive in the emotional realm, being a water, earth woman. But you can also be privy to the biggest spiritual tendency you got right here, which is number 7. And that biggest spiritual tendency that you got to watch out for is delusion and loneliness. If you feel like you're alone and nobody understands, that's the trick of the mind. And that can start to they can start to ride you down the road to where you're getting pituitary gland issues, which means growth and development. You can have hair loss issues. You can have infertility issues. You can have tumor growth, all because that pituitary gland is imbalanced due to the way your perspective is on life. Okay,
I understand it. I'm having hair growth problems now.
There we go. So now that's pituitary. So now here it is. Now let's map you. So we already know that you're a Virgo. Okay, and so let's say if it's 8/21, you missed 3 days. All right, so that means that you did 27 days or 26 days of Virgo, right? So we say 3 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. So you did 8 years of Virgo. And you are 6 years older than me, so you're 52. So you did 8 years of Virgo, 18, 28, 38, 48. How old are you?
52.
48, you're right here. At 48, that means that you are 4 years. You have been in Aquarius 4 years. So in the last 4 years, you've joined some type of group, some type of social group, or something like that, or you've been trying to network and trying to help people do something about giving back some kind of way, some kind of humanitarian community involvement that you've been in for the last 4 years. If you're currently dealing with some kind of health issue, okay, if you're currently dealing with some kind of health issue, I would ask you to watch your legs. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Watch
I am
something
dealing
going
with
on with
health
your
issues,
legs.
and I'm having pain in legs.
Yeah, in your legs. Yo, watch something with your legs. That could be going.
I feel like I've had stabbing pains in my legs.
Yeah, that's just because that's where you at. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You know, when you don't know this stuff, then it's gonna create stress and fear. But if you know where you at, like how would I know something's going on with your leg? Why would I just come out and say leg? I could have said anything.
Exactly.
Right. So the point is that it ain't that I know you. This ain't no gift about me. I ain't psychic. I'm telling you that God knows you.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see.
You on point. Definitely.
Because I don't know shit about you, Margaret. I'm telling y'all the real. I don't know a goddamn thing about. I'm just a country nigga from Carroll County. And if you don't tell me your name and tell me your shit, I wouldn't know nothing about you. So it ain't me. I'm telling you, this system that's been going on for history, that's been out here privy to old dumb folk like me. So if it's been out here. It's just that we don't understand it. So you ain't going to the doctor asking them about what religion they in. A lot of these doctors are not even Christians. They Indian doctors. They believe in Buddhist and Hindu and all that. But you ain't going in there discussing nothing. You getting that high blood pressure they prescribing. You getting that little prostate stuff they prescribing. And you ain't asking them about God. So we use this as a health tool. This ain't got nothing to do with your belief. You don't got to believe in this for it to work for you. This ain't got nothing to do with belief.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right, Marguerite. We'll talk later. Peace.
All right. Peace.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yes, you guys. Yes. So that's all we try to show you guys. Okay, is this ability to do this. If this thing could start picking up where you at on life, obviously, you know, if it tell you an herbal remedy is fire, it's better than any herbalist. If it could do this, then when it gives you your herbs, when it gives you your foods, when it gives you your nature-based interventions, go do that shit. Go. It ain't gonna just be accurate in your life and not gonna spit out accuracy in how you balance your life. $50 measly, get your owner's manual. I love you guys, man. It's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. Peace. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, DM me. Ain't no need to say wooster tonight. Everybody sleep.